Javar, welcome back, man. Another edition, current era pod. There's been a lot of storylines in the NBA, which is insane. It usually is not, it's not this juicy this early on, but it seems to be this year. It's been a very weird and kind of different season than what we've seen in the past. Um, I, I don't even know where
I
to
mean,
put.
yeah, I was gonna say that's how do you even explain it?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Let's give the Cleveland Cavaliers their respect. They're 11
Okay.
and 0 as we record this podcast. I think it is a good place to start. Most people are trying to call them the 2016 Hawks. Um, Give me your opinion on what you've seen so far from Cleveland, and talk about their 11 and 0 start, because I mean that's something to be discussed. Like only really good teams can do this. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean they're really balanced. I mean I've always really liked their team. It's just I mean balanced as far as like where they're getting their scoring, their contributions. I was more concerned that they had two bigs and then two smalls, um, but they got a new coach, Kenny Atkinson, and it seems like he's figured out a formula. Their offense has been fantastic, really, and like everybody's shooting good, and
Yeah.
just everything's moving more efficient. They're playing really fast. Um, and yeah, I mean, I look, they may have end up with a great record this season, but nobody's expect. I mean, no, not yet. I mean, they're gonna have a lot to prove to say like, putting them in title contention status.
Which is crazy because you would figure for a team that's beaten everybody that's been in front of them up to this point that they would get a little bit more respect. But it feels like universally nobody is really like the Cavs can do this. Like, I
Yeah, I mean,
mean,
just it's you got to see how it plays out with guys might cool down. They get scouted more. People start to figure out what they're running, their tendencies and stuff, and maybe you start to find some weaknesses there that could be exploited more and more. But
mm,
props to them. They're having a fantastic start. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything from it, but I mean I think even their fans would be like, not trying to say they're the favorites, but they like to try to be taking that next step from where they have been the last couple of years. So this is progress. And it was crazy. It's not like like I said earlier, it's not like Donovan Mitchell is just going on a heater or like Evan Mobley, who's actually been solid and consistent, but it's not like he's like dominating out there. Jared Allen's been playing really well, and Garland's shooting really well. So I mean, I don't know, like, will this last? We'll see, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to throw shots at them too hard because, like you said, they beat everybody in front of them.
so I I do want to give the Cavs credit. Like I said, winning 11 straight games in any aspect in any point in the season is hard. So I do want to give them their credit. And I do want to shout out Evan Mobley, man. This is a guy that we've been kind of hard on the past few years. I mean, as far as his growth and his ability and who we kind of expected him to be. This year, man, I've seen some great things from him. Obviously, defensively, we know what he can do already defensively, but his ability to like stretch the floor now and be willing to shoot like 2 to 3 threes a game has been like huge for them. Like it's just opening up the game so much for them. So yeah, man, look, shout out to this Cavs team. But if I'm being real, I don't believe. I'm just being real. Like I don't believe. So,
So
but
you what you're saying is 2015 Hawks. Hawks.
yeah. Or yeah, was it? Yeah, it was 2016 where they won 60 games and got swept by LeBron. But or was it 15? Whatever. Who
It
cares?
might have been 16, yeah, because I think
But
the Hawks and the Warriors both had great
crazy
records that year or something
seasons.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of them
So
years, yeah,
look,
15, 16.
shout out to the Cavs. I hope they get 4 All-Stars. They won't, but hopefully they do. We'll see. What about the Boston Celtics, man? They started off 8-2. Obviously, I think most people still have them as their favorite, even though they dropped a game against the Warriors, who we'll talk about in a little bit. But the Celtics look like a well-oiled machine, even without Porzingis, even without Jalen Brown missing a week. Um, Jason Tatum's been on a tear. I know you have him in fantasy. What do you what have you seen
I
from the
mean,
Celtics and Tatum?
it's not like I'm out here crushing, but yeah, I mean, it's another team that's shooting really well. But I mean, that's what they do. I mean, they shoot
Yeah.
shitload of threes, and
Yep.
they're really good at it. I mean, even guys like Peyton Pritchard coming off the bench out here as a factor. I think he's averaging like 16. I think he actually led the league in shooting last year or something. So,
That's
um, you
crazy.
know, um, and Tatum's been, like I said, been very consistent, second in league in scoring. I think Jalen Brown comes back tonight. They're saying,
Yeah,
um,
he's gonna play today.
and they're still missing Porzingis. And they're just, I mean, that's pretty much what led them to the best record in the league in the championship last year. Is they're fantastic at like pretty much every position, and they got some depth because they're willing to pay everybody. Um, so I mean, they're right there where everybody thought they were going to be this year too. So no
Yeah, no,
surprise.
I was
But
about to say there's no real surprise here for me for the Celtics. I feel like they are who we thought they were. I mean, a lot of people like to talk about their easier route last year from the playoffs to the semis to the East Finals to the finals, but
finals, yeah.
they played who was in front of them. Like it's not their fault that everybody got hurt. And I mean, shit, they're coming out here and showing that they're still really damn good and that they need to be respected. So shout out to the Celtics, even though it pains me to say it. Um, these are the only two teams in the Eastern Conference that have a winning record, by the way. Did you know that?
Right, like above
Literally,
500. Yeah,
yeah, literally every other team does not have a winning record, which is crazy.
that is crazy.
The
But
East
that
is
makes it like hella unpredictable. That means, I mean,
the Sixers.
yeah, the Sixers. I mean, they're only like a couple games away from being a third seed. I mean, because
Yeah,
it's everybody sucks, so they have a lot of time to still mess around. But you know, it's a lot of bad starts out there. Did you want to start with the Sixers?
yeah. I mean, we got to talk about it. This is one of the biggest stories in the NBA. Obviously Joel Embiid and Paul George missed the first 2 weeks of the season with injuries. Um, and let me just stop there. What is going on with Joel Embiid? Like,
Now I was
how
going
the
to ask
fuck?
you, like, yeah, tell the story of what's the details? What happened?
Yeah, like he played in the
Like,
Olympics. He seemed fine, and then going into training camp, all of a sudden it was like, I'm not gonna play back to backs ever, probably again in my career. And we're just like, whoa, wait a minute, like, wait, what?
to me,
Like
that wasn't that surprising though, because it's
that
like
that's
he
surprising to
wants
me.
he wants to try to be he wants to be try to be healthy at the end of the season in the
Hmm.
playoffs and actually have a healthy playoffs, and he knows that he's injury prone, and
I I agree with that sentiment, but it's still a little cowardice to me. Like you don't know what's going to happen,
yeah,
and
yeah.
if it's toward the end of the season and you need 2 games to like get the fourth seed, are you gonna like sit the back to back or are you gonna fucking play because you want to get that fourth seed? And if that's the case, you should have been playing all along, so you wouldn't be missing, having to fight for a fourth seed. Like, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. I mean, we're past that. He's not gonna play back to backs, whatever. But this random injury that just seems to be lingering on him and Kawhi, like they must have like sold their souls to the devil or something for their knees. Bro, like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, like Kawhi, we always knew it was that way. Joel, it's just been kind of all these random things. So I don't even know what he's actually sitting out for.
Yeah, which is to me like the big problem because Philly is, in my opinion, Philly is being like intentionally like skittish when it comes to like the nature of his injury. Like they're not saying like, oh, it's his knee or like, oh, it's his ankle or like this is like what's wrong with him? Like why isn't he playing? Um, but then we fast forward a little bit to where he gets into it with this reporter who made comments about his brother who passed away and about his son. Um, I'm going to be completely honest. The comments weren't that scathing, in my opinion, but Joel Embiid took exception to the comments and he ended up pushing the reporter.
What was the
And
nature of the comments? It was something about like his brother would be his dead brother would be disappointed in him or something because he's not playing hard or he's not putting 100%.
so I think what you just said is how Joel took those comments, but I'm pretty sure the comments were more along the lines of, if you say that you're doing this for them, then you need to show up to play, essentially. And I kind of think that Joel took it as like, they'd be ashamed of you type shit. And
Mm.
look, I mean, I'm not Joel, obviously, like, he's gonna take that personally. Nobody's is allowed to talk about your family, I get it. But shoving a reporter in front of everybody is just fucking stupid. Like they're just like it's just stupid. And he ended up getting a 3-game suspension from it. So what's your
A Will
reaction?
Smith moment.
Yeah, like come on, bro. Like
Had to stand on business. I mean, if that's what he felt like he had to do. For only 3 game suspension, that's kind of like, I mean, it's probably worth it to be honest. If that's what he felt like he had to do.
well, he should have actually hit him then. A push, like punch this nigga out.
Well, a punch
But
would probably get him like be in more trouble, and he'd probably get sued, and it'd just be
yeah,
a lot. But
yeah,
a
you're right.
push, that's before he get too escalated. But unless he actually like bumped his head and got hurt or something, that's what I'm sure the reporter is going to try to do. He's going to try to sue.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, taking away all the Joel drama, I mean, this has been a disaster for the Sixers. I mean, not to mention Maxey is hurt, going to miss a couple weeks from a hammy injury.
Yep.
Paul George pulled his calf or his hammy in preseason, and he's just now getting back. But they're taking it easy with him. He's on a minutes restriction,
Yeah.
and I don't know if Paul George on a minutes restriction is going to be that much rallying the troops like to get them to win some games. So.
They're currently 1-7 right now on a 5-game
Yeah.
losing streak. They
Are they,
have the
don't they
worst
have the
record
worst
in the
record?
NBA.
If I say, don't they have the worst record in the
Yeah,
East? Oh, the NBA.
in the
Gosh.
NBA. Yeah, Utah actually has 2 wins.
And they don't have their pick, right? It's going to
No.
OKC, I believe.
Yep, it's going to Oklahoma City. So
They have everybody's pick, so I just
yeah,
guessed. Right. Thank you.
yeah. They got the Clippers pick too. Fucking Oklahoma City, boy.
Well, the Clippers are kind of surprised that they're actually trying to win, or
Certainly.
are able to win.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so the Sixers, yeah, disaster. But I feel like they're gonna turn it around to at least make it into the play-in or the
I
playoffs at the
agree.
bottom part of the. Sorry, my AirPod keep trying to come out.
Oh,
But they're gonna be all right because the nature of the play-in. But man, like this, it's kind of like that's how they anticipated coming in. Like it's a regular season, fuck it, we'll get in and just turn up in the playoffs. But man, that's gonna bite you in the butt, and I hate that because that's how the Lakers kind of play it. So, um,
the Heat.
yeah, the Heat, yeah, exactly. So there's examples of teams making it far in the playoffs and doing that, but um, that's not necessarily a recipe for success for a championship. That's not how champions conduct themselves. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Look, if I'm being real, I'm not really worried about the Sixers either. I feel like once everybody's healthy or at least once they get Joel back from this suspension, which I think he's back Tuesday against the Knicks, I believe. Um,
Have
I'm
they like
confident.
activated him? I thought they had to get him off the injury reserve before that suspension kicks in, and I don't think they have yet.
Uh, I mean, to my knowledge, I mean, that, like all of the reporters on the national games have been saying that he's over his suspension now.
Oh, okay.
So if they're wrong, they're wrong. But that's what they've been saying. So, um, yeah, I mean, even I'm pretty sure Shams even tweeted that he was expecting to make his debut Tuesday against the Knicks. So,
Okay.
look, once Joel gets back, I'm sure it'll be choppy for a week or two because they're gonna try to minister strict the fuck out of him too. But he's so good. Like he's so good. He's so efficient that I'm not really worried about it. Uh, I low key, I wouldn't be surprised if this team gets home court advantage in the playoffs. Like I really wouldn't be surprised.
I mean,
But
if they could turn it around soon, yeah, like
yeah,
because the East is so broken right now.
right. But then again, if Joel only plays 40 games, then maybe not. But well, we'll see. I mean, I guess as long as he's healthy, that's all the Sixers care about. Um, let's talk about another ship that might be sunk, man. The Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, I think they are actually fucked the Bucks. Like, okay, I'll let you finish though.
No, go ahead. Take it away. I'm ready.
No, I mean like they can't guard anybody. They're
Yeah.
so old now. Like it's just hitting that like they can't get to any loose balls. They're not getting the rebounds. They just look clueless right now. With Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham sitting right there. So um, and it's not like yeah, if they fire Doc Rivers, then Darvin's gonna be the interim, right? So like, and who's out there that could be that can take over right here in the beginning of the season on looks like a sunk ship.
AJ
So.
Griffin.
That'd be hilarious. Like
That'd be
AJ, please come back.
hilarious.
We
Right.
fucked up. Uh, so
Mm-mm-mm.
Giannis sounds very frustrated.
Yeah.
Um,
What do you think about the Twitter rumors that Giannis may be demanding a trade soon? Like, what do you think about that in terms of viability?
I wouldn't be surprised honestly at this point because
Really?
he's got to be looking around, but like, what are we gonna do? Like, Dame's old and he can't do anything. Like he put up like more? I think he's had like maybe 1 30-point game all season like so far, and he's not really doing much. And he's just a sieve on
Mm.
defense. They're really missing Drew Holiday. Um, and Brooks not what he was.
Brooke Lopez can't move at all anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you forget he's what 36, 37, something like that.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton still I don't think is back or
No, he can't play
and,
yet.
yeah, and he might just be broke, man. I know I said this like like a couple months ago in a previous pod that I think he might just be just holding on for the money because I don't think he can play no more like at a high level. multiple games, you know. So um, yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if Giannis is just like you know, just puts it out there that it'd be nice to get traded if any, you know, the Bucks would like to reset and be in the Cooper Flag business. Especially if it just keeps toiling like this, where they just can't get a win. I mean, they're pretty much healthy outside of Middleton, which I don't think is going to be healthy. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I've said a lot there, but like, do you think would you be surprised at midseason, or would it be like an off season, or is that just all
Um,
smoke? You know, they make a trade and tinker around Giannis there in Milwaukee. Is that possible still?
I think I think that Giannis, to me, he just doesn't really seem like the type to demand a trade. I mean, maybe he sees his legacy like slipping away, but I mean, shit, man, back to back MVP, NBA champ, Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, like nigga, you're a first ballot Hall of Famer, buddy. Like
No, I didn't even about that. I just think he just doesn't have fun when
when
they're
they're
not
just
winning, or
losing.
they're not, you know, competing for a
Yeah,
championship.
yeah, you could be right.
He just seems real
Um,
frustrated there. So that's untenable if he's just gonna be bitching all the time and just, you know,
yeah,
mad at his teammates.
it's just snapping at everybody.
Yeah,
So look, I do want to say this about Dame. Dame has actually been pretty damn good this year. I mean, offensively anyway.
yeah.
He's looked really good.
Compared to last season, yeah, he
Yeah.
couldn't do anything. Yeah,
Defensively, he is a traffic cone. People love to talk about like Trey Young and Steph and like all these guards that like can't defend, but bro, like Dame is not any better. Um,
he doesn't really try either. Like,
no,
he just dies on the screen. He doesn't like rotate. He doesn't do anything in transition. There's a
yeah,
lot of guys like that, but he used to he used to produce. You know.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I low key, I think the Bucks are fucked too. Honestly, like if I mean, like I don't really see like a way out of their situation. And like I don't think anybody's coming to help them because
No,
Chris Middleton isn't that guy, and I'm not sure like what trade they can make
no. That's what I
that
was saying. Like,
would help
what
them.
moves do they have? They don't have like any young players at all. Like Pat Connaughton and shit. Like, that's all they got.
He's like
Um,
a 31-year-old vet. Yeah,
oh, he's not even young anymore. Okay, well, I don't
I
know.
don't. I'm pretty
Uh,
sure Pat Connaughton's like he can't be like young anymore. Let me see. Pat Connaughton. Oh, CO. How old is this nigga? Age
who else played for? I
31.
don't
Yeah,
even
that's what
know
I
who
thought.
else they have. Like Bobby Portis, he's not really having a great year, and they out there robbing him. Um,
Shout out to Bobby, man. Give Bobby stuff back,
yeah,
man.
y'all
They
stop playing, man. Get
took
Bobby
that
his valuables back, man.
took that nigga stuff. Yeah, that's nuts. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I'm not happy that the Bucks experiment is over, but I do indeed think it is over. But look, I would love to be wrong,
I don't
but
even know who would be out there to make a move for Giannis other than OKC. I mean, you know, but I guess they can make any trade. So ooh, that'd be scary. But outside of that,
nah, we had to do something. We had to stand on the picket line or something. Like we can't let this happen. Look, man.
yeah,
Speaking of trades, you know the big one was between the Knicks and the Wolves in the offseason. We've seen a few games in this new look New York Knicks team. Um, yeah, man. Jalen Brunson's numbers are down across the board. Obviously, Cat. I'm not really going to put much blame on Cat because he's trying to fit into an entirely new situation. So,
he's playing
but
pretty well for, you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
and yeah, he is. He's had some really good numbers, especially rebounding, which I just didn't think he was capable of because all he likes to do is shoot fucking threes. But to him because his 3 point, what the heck, his 3 point attempts are down. So shout out to him. Are we still? Yeah, we're good. I think.
yeah. Same thing happened to me. We were just kind of everything just
No
blinked.
screen. Okay. But yeah, I mean his 3 point attempts are down. His rebounding is up. So shout out to Cat. Mikael Bridges.
His
Oh
percentages
man.
are up though. Like he's
Yeah.
still, like I said, he's pretty efficient and doing what he can. So
Mikael Bridges, man, I thought that he would just be better instantly. And he's really just been the definition of average. Low key
yeah.
disappointed. But what have you seen from this New
That
York Knicks team?
that was kind of my worry, is that, you know, they kind of have a lot too many guys. They got to kind of figure out where the shots are coming from, because you know, Mikal Bridges and Anunoby, they'd be easy to get lost in the shovel as just 3 and D guys, you know,
Yeah.
um, along with Josh Hart. So That's kind of what it is right now. It's kind of Brunson and Cat are taking up the majority of the shots, and the rest of the guys are kind of working around that. Which that's a simplified way to play, and we'll see how it works out. But they just kind of they're working out the kinks, trying to get chemistry. You got to kind of remember, wasn't that trade like in training camp?
Yeah, it was right
So
before media day.
okay, so it was before training camp. So either way, this isn't what they like had coming into the season. Like how they envisioned it. So they got to work things out. But I still think they're gonna be there right there at the end of the year, probably where they are now, the 3 seed, maybe a little higher. We'll see if Cleveland keeps it up all season. But when it comes down to it, I think they will probably give
The Celtics.
see what the Sixers do. But I think they'll give the Celtics the best run and for the money in the playoffs if they can match up.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, this is just early season blues for all teams involved. I mean, I really can't imagine the Bucks being at the bottom of the East for long, unless like I said, Giannis just says fuck it and I want out. But um, and the Sixers, obviously, like I said, I expect them to make a run. And New York and Boston are pretty much where I thought they'd be. So there's really no real surprise here. Um, what about the Indiana Pacers? This one. I feel like I've been harping on this for like a year, but like these guys are not the same since the Siakam trade. Like they gave up everything that made them explosive in a run first team when they got Siakam,
Like who?
and no, like they're like Siakam has changed the way they play
Oh, they just don't
essentially.
play that way. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
like
Okay.
because like they want to feed him so much. Like they love giving him the ball at the free throw line extended and letting him
Hmm.
clear out and go 1-on-1. It's just like, man, like they were better when they were just running and gunning.
Running, gunning, yeah.
Um, but like, I mean, how can I say that when they made it to the East Conference Finals last year? But whew, Tyrese Halliburton has not looked good this season, scoring wise. He's been incredibly inefficient. His numbers are down, except for his assists. I think his assists may be, comparable at 9 or 10 or whatever. But um, I am not afraid of this team. Like, like if you would have asked me like last half of the year, like even when the Lakers handled them in the in-season tournament, I was afraid of that team. I was like, man, this team can fuck around and drop 150 on your head.
That
Now
was
this new
before the
Pacers
Siakam
team,
trade, right?
yeah, it was. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, but like now, like, I'm like this team puts no fear in me whatsoever. I have like no respect for this Pacers team. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, going to the Halliburton thing, I don't know if it's because he, it just isn't the same after he had knee surgery last season.
Mm,
Um, like that was after the in-season tournament.
yeah,
Um, I don't know, like he just doesn't seem to be able to get his shot off like he used to be, and with the amount of space and comfortably. It doesn't seem like he has that much of a bag without the running gun. Um, so I don't know. It's a conundrum. Like on paper, it looks like they're the type of team that should be in contention in the East. And
I
again, they were
agree.
they were just there in the Eastern Conference Finals. You got
Yeah,
good solid big rotation with Miles Turner right there. Siakam as your one-on-one player, championship experience and stuff like that, and Halliburton and Mathurin and et cetera. So, but I don't know. It's just not working out. Along with the championship coach and Rick Carlisle. So.
yeah,
I honestly don't know what's going on, other than just maybe they need, like you said, they need to revert back to trying to play fast pace, run and gun, high possessions as much as they
yeah,
can. But maybe Siakam just not comfortable with that.
yeah. But also, I think it has to start with Tyrese Halliburton. Like he has to be able to put pressure on the defense as the leader of the team. Like he's not breaking down the defense. Um, he's not making them guard him essentially because like they know he wants to pass so bad. So they're just like,
That's true too. Yeah, he's
yeah,
almost assist hunting too much. But
yeah. So we'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll see. But I don't respect this team anymore. I was like an actual fan of them like before they got this Siakam thing, and I really thought that it was gonna work out. But I cannot stand the way they play now. It's actually frustrating. Um, Orlando, man, I felt bad, man. Like Orlando was looking really good. Paolo Banchero,
where were they in
was
the East before he got hurt? Sorry.
I think they were 4-1, maybe something like that. They were rolling. And Paolo dropping 50, and
He got
looking
hurt
like
in that
just
game.
well, that was the last game he played. I mean, so I mean, I'm assuming he did, but I didn't see the injury.
Hmm.
Um, but hey, the nigga shot like 27 times, so
My arm hurt, boss.
right. Nigga, like, I can't raise my arm no more. But yeah, man, shout out to Paolo, man. He's gonna be out, I think, like 2 months. Missing a big chunk of the season with a oblique injury, I believe it is.
I thought it was a shoulder.
You could be right. I know it was a crazy injury. He's gonna be out for a long time. So sorry, Paolo.
I mean, are they? How would you assess that? I mean, are they going to be in trouble to make the
Yeah,
playoffs
they're
here?
done. Yeah, they're done. Like, Paolo, like Franz is good. But he can't carry a franchise on his
Okay,
shoulders.
so hold on. So what's going on in the East, man? We got the Hornets and the Pistons in the top six. I mean, somebody's got to get in here. Like we expected the Hornets and the Pistons to be, fighting for Cooper Flag. So
Yeah, you know what?
and we got the Bucks, the Sixers, in the bottom of the East.
Yeah,
So
you know
like,
what?
yeah,
Shout out to LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. Again, I'm always gonna say when I'm wrong. I thought Brandon Miller was ass. Like I
well, he had a
saw
pretty good
him.
rookie season, honestly.
He
Like
did.
all
Yeah, he
things
did.
considered. Oh, you
Yeah.
just
No.
didn't think he was going to even do that, yeah. I
No.
remember, yeah, we
Yeah.
went to that summer league. He did not look
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He looked ass. Like in summer league, we were like, who? Like what? Brandon Miller, this nigga sucks. But
yeah.
I mean, it took me like 2 weeks into his rookie season to be like, oh shit, no, I was wrong. Like he got better. And this year he's been balling when he's been healthy. So, and of course, I don't know how many Hornets games you've seen, bro, but LaMelo doesn't care about anything. Like this nigga,
Take some
this
crazy
nigga,
shots.
yes, bro. Like he takes the craziest threes, like the craziest layups. Like he just doesn't care about anything. And obviously, him and like Anthony Edwards have like this thing about them where like they're gonna say whatever's on their mind during the post game interview. So you've got to see it. He's must see TV. But yeah, LaMelo will shoot 31 times to get 30 points though, so that's annoying.
So you think they got a decent core to make the playoffs? The Hornets going to
In the
be out
East,
here, yeah, fighting for the play-in at least already?
yeah, I mean, I think they can make the play in, but history says that LaMelo's going to have a ankle injury in about a month or so. So
That's what it comes down to, yeah. He's
yeah, I
been
mean,
hurt the last couple of years.
yeah, I mean, if healthy, if him and and they did just lose Miles Bridges. I think he's out for 2 weeks with a knee injury, but yeah, I mean, I really like this Hornets team, which is crazy to say, but Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges. I mean, if they can ever get Mark Williams back healthy,
Mark Williams, yeah. I
yeah,
just had
like
to drop him.
I think I think that this team might be able to do something. So at the 10 or 9 seed. So we'll see.
The
And look,
Pistons? You like
the
them
Pistons.
Pistons?
I don't like them, and I don't get I don't get why they're trying so
New
hard to win.
coach.
Yeah, but stop it, stop it. Like Cade, you're wasting your career there. You're too good to play on the Pistons. Tim Hardaway Jr., how dare you try to have a career game against the Lakers, bitch? How dare you? Malik Beasley,
He ain't do nothing.
you're
It was
still
that other guy, the guard.
Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, Ivy. Oh my God, we
Yeah,
could not stay in front of that guy. He was making everything. It was
yeah,
like
Jaden Ivey was cooking.
looking like a star. So yeah, I mean the East is so unpredictable right now. But I mean I guess this is Adam Silver's NBA. He wants
Yeah, this is what he
anybody
wanted.
has a chance to win. So
They
we'll
don't,
see.
but
We'll
yeah,
see how it evens out.
yeah. Real quick,
It's not translating the ratings right now, by the way. That's kind of a
yeah,
story.
I've heard ratings are down across the board. I've heard so far,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's nothing new for this time in the year, which is why the NCAA tournament was created, right?
Right, but it just keeps going down more and more, and they're just bleeding out. They can't figure it out. What's why it's popular in social media and people know what's going on with the NBA, but people aren't watching it like on
On cable,
yeah,
on
on
traditional
cable, yeah,
cable.
like yeah, exactly, ways they can track it. Maybe there's doing bootleg streams or
They
whatever the
are,
case may be. Yeah,
yeah. These
or just
kids out
watching
here,
clips.
yeah. No. These kids out here are using NBA Reddit or meth streams or whatever it's called, and they are going to watch these things illegally. And especially for like home teams, like it's so hard to watch like in market teams in some
Yeah, it
states.
is. It is.
So
It is because of
like,
the Bally and Diamond Sports,
yeah,
whatever they call it, and all the yeah. That's a whole other
it's
thing.
yeah,
That's
it's
stupid.
just easier to fucking find a pirate site, honestly, which is crazy. Um,
Like
but
I actually have had to go out of my way, yeah, to watch the Hawks because they're they got a
mhm.
little interesting young core now. But like last season, I just said screw it, and I didn't even watch the Hawks at all because I gotta like log on to my mom's Bally thing or whatever, or try to find an illegal stream.
Yeah, crazy. Speaking of the Hawks, man, look, shout out Cook Hall. Shout out to Trae Young. Shout out to Jalen Johnson. Man, I be trying to get you a Courtney to watch these dudes, man. They're so exciting. They just be running and
They have been
flying up and
exciting.
down the
Yeah,
court, bro.
they have been. They have been.
Like Jalen Johnson tries to dunk on somebody every game, and I absolutely love it. Like this dude does not care. He's gonna try to dunk on you. But
Shout out to number one pick Risa Shea. Was he
yeah,
number two? Yeah, number one
he's
pick.
number
Trying
one.
to putting up a little numbers, getting some minutes, doing a little something. So
Yeah,
I still don't know what his game actually is, but they got something cooking there.
yeah. He seemed like just a nigga that when he get the ball, he gonna shoot that hole. And that's pretty much what I've seen from him this year. So yeah. Okay. Let's move over to the Western Conference, the best conference, and we waited long enough. Let's talk about the LA
Yeah.
Lakers.
Oh,
Why? No. You know what? Let's start off good. We started off what 4-0, 3-0,
3-0, yeah.
3-0.
And then
We look,
the first L was like a close L to the Suns that we should have won. And like
yeah.
after like beating them a couple days ago. So
Yeah. Um, let's give me your thoughts on JJ Redick first before we get into just the Lakers as a whole and blah blah blah. But
okay.
give me your thoughts on what you've seen out of JJ Redick throughout 9 games of this season.
Yeah. I like that. We're coming in with a sense of preparation. Like we're trying to do things the right way. We're taking good shots. He's trying to make adjustments when we're not doing things right in game, where it's transition or missing, whatever the case may be. He tries to do things from game to game. I like that he communicates his thoughts well. He seems to have a good rapport with the players. That for the most part, they're doing what they can do. Um, and he's trying to find what ways to make guys successful too. So, all in all, I'm liking the JJ experience. I'm not saying he's Steve Kerr or
Or
Pet
Pat
Popovich or
Riley.
anything, Pat Riley or anything like that. Not yet, but I do think he has some talent with this, and I don't think he's the worst of our issues right now. So,
I
what are
like
your
JJ
thoughts?
Redick. And this comes from somebody that was very skeptical of us hiring somebody that had no coaching experience at all on any level. I was just
Yeah,
like, I just don't get how
same.
this is going to translate at all. Like it just does
Yeah,
not make any sense to me. I've been pleasantly surprised that JJ, like you said, has come prepped. He gives a fuck. Like
yeah,
he wants to win so bad, and you can tell that when things are not going as planned, like he's visibly angry. Now, I will say that I think he needs to manage that a little bit.
yeah. You can't be
I
doing that
like,
every week, or
yeah,
so,
like no, like every game. Like I feel like every single game lately, he's been like about to like fucking like break a chalkboard or something. Like, brother, you got to relax. Like it is an 82 game season. Like he's got to calm down.
right.
And also just from a perception thing, like you are the head of this snake, and you can't be bitching and moaning every single game about what a player is or isn't doing. That's just my opinion. Like I wouldn't want to look at my coach every time I make some kind of mistake, and he's like, "God damn it, fuck, you fucking suck." Like to me, he just can't do that. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's gonna wear thin when it's going viral. For the
Yeah,
Lakers, every
yeah,
game. So yeah,
yeah.
that's
He's got to
a bit of a
chill.
learning experience. I'm sure he's gonna have to adjust. Yeah,
Yeah. But overall, man, I've been pleasantly surprised by JJ. Even some of his after timeout plays have just been great, like getting guys open. Just like wow, like okay, we've never
yeah,
had that before.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, shout out to JJ Redick. Let's talk about AD.
yeah.
Dude's
Let's say
averaging
another positive. AD.
33 points a game, MVP candidate. Give me your thoughts.
I mean, he's been our everything. Like, not only the hub of the offense. When we're actually looking good. He's cleaning up on the boards, getting offensive rebounds. Just being like a release valve when he's running down the lane. For lobs or dunk offs. Um, and then he's pretty much holding our defense together because for most of this season so far we've struggled with two guards that aren't great defenders. In the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Uh, and when he's been off the floor, it's just been a disaster for the most part for our defense. So,
Yep.
yeah, I mean he's doing everything he can. Just hope that he stays healthy as much as he can. Which yeah. So that's everybody, but. Um, I'd like that he's getting some flowers. People calling it, putting in the MVP conversation and stuff like that. It's great to see. Wish we could have a better record for him so they could hold up. So we'll see, man.
I love AD, man. Man, I mean, is he
The
like the most
jumper looking
important
better,
Laker
even
we've
though.
had?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Is he like the most important Laker we've had? Well, I mean, let me stop. It's definitely LeBron, but I mean, shit, like AD is going to be our guy, like for the next, hopefully, 5 or 6 years or whatever. So it's great to see him playing so well. We always knew he had the talent to do this. So and shout out to JJ again, just JJ being like, yeah, AD's our guy. We're going through AD. Give him the fucking ball. Like I
Right.
love that. So um, let's talk about
So
LeBron
simple.
though. Yeah, it should be. It should be. Let's talk about LeBron and what you've seen from LeBron at 39 years old, about to be 40 in a month and a half.
Yeah, I'm glad you put that disclaimer. I mean, like all things aside, I mean, even you know, for someone that's 29, um, he's putting up pretty great numbers. I mean, good percentages, well, pretty much 23, 8 and 8 or whatever, however you want to put it. Um, not really playing, great defense or much defense, but that's to be expected at this point in his career.
Hmm.
He's pretty much showing up every game, which you can't take that for granted. At least physically. Um, the thing is that at his age, you could kind of tell that he's not getting off the ground as quick and easy as he used to. He's getting blocked more than I can ever remember at the rim, or just not making layups. Um, Maybe that's just because it's early in the season. He's trying to, get his sea legs and, get warmed up and everything. But I would say it's kind of easy to notice a bit of a decline or age with how he plays. But the way he's so skilled and blessed physically, he can make up for that, and still be a, all-star level player.
Yeah, LeBron, you're not fooling me, bitch. He gets on my nerves because he does this every year. Like he doesn't care until like February and March. Then all of a sudden his averages shoot up over the roof and like he's averaging like 31 points a game for like the last month. And it's just like, damn, nigga, like where was this? Like in November, we could have not been fighting for a fucking playing spot. But he's just doing the same thing that he always does. It's early in the season, he's coasting. I will say that yes, the decline is really starting to show this season. But I mean, 23, 8 and 8 at 39, like, thank you. You're doing
Right,
your job. Like, I'm not
right, right,
angry
right,
at you, bro. Like, thank
right.
you. Thank you for being able to do that.
It's
Like,
just like, every time he misses a layup and get blocked, it's like, woo, man,
yeah, yeah,
that shouldn't
yeah,
happen. But hey, I
yeah.
guess.
80, I mean not 80, D'Lo and AR. When we opened up opening night and I saw that that AR was guarding Anthony Edwards, I was like, we're in trouble. Like we are in trouble.
I mean, at least he like tries to stay in front of people. The thing he just keep getting scored on. Like it's just about like a white
He's
boy guarding
white,
these
bro.
these
Yeah,
dudes.
he's
Yeah,
white.
like he no, they are not having it, man. And he just
No.
be getting jaded and or blown by. Like he tries, but whereas D'Lo,
Yeah,
he just be like, "Ugh, ugh," like he'd be all over the place. He don't even do nothing. Um,
yeah,
at
yeah.
least AR tries, but you don't want him to. You don't want to put him on. You want him to be the weakest link, not like
Yes.
your your stopper. Like
Yeah.
that's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out for you. You know.
Yeah.
So
Man.
I'm glad it didn't take forever for to make an adjustment with that. Now we're starting Cam Reddish, and it's it looks okay so far. Cam looked like he bulked up, put on some muscle, and
Hmm.
he's only focusing on playing defense and taking open shots. He's not like doing nothing crazy no more. So
Yeah.
um, I could get with that. He's playing within his role,
Yep.
and he's de-emphasized. I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I actually like that look now with D'Lo coming off the bench.
And he's still
I
closing.
think yeah, I mean, look, there's nothing at this point in his career. I mean, you could clearly see, like I've been trying to say, like he's not a top 20 starting point guard. So, um,
Come on, man.
no, I mean, like we could go through the list again. It's not to say he's bad. But he's just not. You can always feel like you could do better. But as a six man, that might be the move. Like someone who could just a microwave score, come off the bench and can also facilitate. Um, And frankly, that's been an issue for the Lakers. Like they don't have any depth, no bench scoring. Like
Yeah.
we've like for the first 7 or 8 games, it was like the starters are 90% of the scoring, bro. Like our top scorer would be like 8 points, like Dalton Connect. And you can't live off that. I mean, Gabe Vincent don't like. I don't think this man shoots once a week. I mean, like This man goes multiple games without doing anything. No rebounds, no shots, no assists,
Just straight
just
cardio.
minutes. Yeah, just like that's tough. That's our mid level. Um, and we just really don't have much else. So yeah, I think that was a great move again for JJ to realize that quickly. I mean, I think that's pretty much what Darvin tried to do too, about with bringing AR off the bench and then D'Lo off the bench. But JJ must be communicating it better, and putting in more positions to succeed with, like, giving them the ball, giving them plays. Like, D'Lo needs to do more pick and roll. So when he's running the bench, just let him do a lot of pick and roll. Before, he barely get the ball except for like being a spot up shooter.
Yeah,
So this more work plays into his favor too.
yeah, I agree.
But all in all, I mean, the Lakers, man, like, the only, like, super frustrating loss was that Cleveland loss where they just got skunked off the floor. Like, for the most part, they've been competing, and it's been some reasons, they haven't always came out with the W, but um, I think they're moving in the right direction. But ultimately, we have kind of a roster issue, which most of us knew coming into the season, that we got too many guys that aren't playable. We got too many guys that do the same things or don't really have a defined role.
Hmm.
Um, and then, it sucks when you came in the season thinking a guy like Max Christie would be in the rotation, somebody you could rely on and give you some good 3D minutes to develop. But he looks, he plays with no confidence. He can't make a shot. He's not stopping anybody. So, um, you know,
What do you
that's what we
think?
pay him, what, 8 million a year too. So it's just a lot of dead weight on the roster.
What do you think about the news? And then we'll move off the Lakers. I don't want to spend too much time on here, but what do you think about the news about Christian Wood and Vando not being available for an extended period of time at this point? Because it seems like both of them have more than enough time to do whatever they need to do during the summer so they can be ready for the season, and that just has not happened. And coming into the season, me personally, and I think every Lakers fan was relying heavily on them being in the rotation. So, what are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I don't know if that's on the medical staff. I don't know if that's on the front office or, like, all combined, like, not being honest with us. I feel like the Lakers, everybody takes way longer than what it's supposed to be to get recovered from their injuries. So I don't really know if that's just the culture of the Lakers, or they just, they're not honest about, what the injury actually is, or how long is the prognosis, how long it's supposed to take. That seems to be a trend. So I'm not really that surprised.
Yeah, I wish it didn't make me angry though. Oklahoma City, they started off the season 8-0. Then they just lost to the Denver Nuggets. They're in one currently. Kind of like Boston, they're pretty much who we thought they would be. We thought they would be pretty damn good, and they're
Yeah.
pretty damn good.
They're skunking
uh,
folks too, for the most part. Outside of that one L,
yeah.
like big
What's their
margins,
point differential? Damn, their point
like
differential is
15
15.
something. Yeah,
Shit. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
and
Uh,
it's not. I mean, Shea is not even like balling the hell out. He's
no.
kind of
Yeah.
coasting.
Yeah. He is. He really
Um,
is. He's kind of been my committee, and Chet Holmgren's had
Holmgren's
some big
stepped up.
games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's consistently been pretty good. Jalen Williams. But yeah, they're just all, everybody consistently. They have a deep group. Everybody shooting good, playing good, defending.
Yep.
They're gonna be tough.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
What do you think
Uh,
about the whole little mini controversy of them all hulling up for interviews after every post game?
I think it's one of the
Go
I think
ahead.
it's one of the corniest things in the league. I don't like it at all. I think it's so corny.
That's
But
team unity, man. Come on.
uh, it's corny. I'm sorry. It's just corny. Like it to me, it screams, look at me." So I don't know. Stuff like that is just super corny to me. I really wish they would stop doing it. But whatever. If they like it and it brings them together, fine. But as from a fan perspective, I can't stand when they do
To me, it's almost funny the ones who ain't there. It's like, I ain't doing that shit. Like, like,
it.
going to take a
It's
shower. Come on, come on.
it reminds me of like when everybody was dancing at the All-Star game introduction and Derrick Rose just sitting there just like, look at these niggas. These
Right, right,
fucking
right.
monkeys. But whatever. The Suns all of a sudden on a 7-game win streak, they are tied with OKC for 8-1. Unfortunately for them, they just lost Kevin Durant to his annual calf injury. He'll be out for 2 weeks, or he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks, so he'll probably be out a month. Um, so Bradley Beal going up, baby, fantasy. But wait, I don't have him in this fantasy league, ours, but I have him in my other one. Devin Booker, Tyus Jones, Nurkic. I feel like Phoenix is interesting because I feel like really all they really needed was a playmaker, and Tyus Jones gives them exactly that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like the biggest difference is Tyus Jones actually have a point guard.
Yeah, his like it's not that Tyus Jones even putting up crazy numbers too. Like it might be like 5.6 assists or some shit like that, but
Right.
just the fact that he makes the game easier for those other guys, it's so important, and it's showing. I
And
mean,
be a
damn,
threat to
17
shoot
points straight.
three. You know, he's not just
Yeah.
a Andre Miller out there.
Shout out to Andre Miller, man. I could definitely get you 101 in my prime. No.
That's funny. But no,
Let's talk.
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, let's talk about the surprising team in the Western Conference, the Golden State Warriors. Like, what are these niggas doing? With this roster, I don't care what nobody says. This roster is not good. 7-2. Okay, okay, buddy.
What difference are they from the 2022 Warriors, though? Aren't they kind of the same team, just an ensemble, whole bunch of good role players that really fit, distributed shots. Draymond and Steph is the heart and soul. It's not like Jordan Poole or Klay Thompson like went off and did nothing. It was kind of just like
In the
they had a
playoffs,
whole
they
bunch of
did.
guys. Jordan Poole had a couple good games, but Klay was not good. It was like Otto Porter,
Yeah,
Andrew Wiggins.
but
Um,
it was the threat of Clay. Like, I mean, he didn't have to make 10 threes, but him being out there, he's like they're still going to guard him very closely, and that's going to open up lanes. Whereas, like, are they guarding Gary Payton? Like, are they guarding? Well, he was on that team. Shout out to Gary
yeah,
Payton
he was.
second.
Buddy
Um,
Hill for that. He's the new Clay.
yeah, yeah, but you're missing Jordan Poole. What about Jordan Poole? Man, he's important. You got to have both of them.
That's like Moody and some of the other guys. Jordan Pozinski and some of the other guys they got. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't
So
like it. I
I,
don't
I,
like it.
I think I think they're right there with the 2022 form. I'm not gonna sit here and say they're gonna win the championship, but like that's what they're trying to do basically. So I don't think Jordan Poole or Klay Thompson was indistinguishable. I mean, in fact, they did miss Jordan Poole the last couple of years having that production, somebody like there. But Klay, I mean, we can get to Klay when we talked about the Mavs, but like it's not like he was like they basically traded him to get um, Buddy Hield and
Kyle Anderson.
yeah, Kyle Anderson, who's like, yeah, I mean, I like Kyle Anderson. He's not like the best player, but I like that he is real kind of shifty and can play multiple positions, and he's real like you didn't expect it, but he'll knock down that open three. Like he's not somebody who's gonna like
His
shoot
jumper's
eight
so
of them or
crazy.
nothing, but like you can't leave him open really.
Yeah.
He always annoys me, but like he's a guy I would like to have on the team. So he's kind of playing that Otto Porter role in a way, though Otto Porter was way more of like a 3-point, threat. Want to leave him open. But
Yeah.
I'll just say, yeah, I like the Warriors. But hold on, going back to the Suns, I was gonna ask, do you actually take them serious? That like, I kind of feel like the Lakers are a bad matchup for them because like Nurkic to guard AD and they don't have anything for him. And I don't know, I don't feel that threatened as a Laker fan when it comes to the Suns. But I wanted to ask that before
Uh,
we got
I
too deep.
mean, I would I be afraid of them if we matched up with them in the playoffs? I would have like a healthy fear. I think so. Yeah, just because of Kevin Durant. I mean, I think he's still like so special at his age that he could still win them a playoff series if Devin Booker's firing with him too, if Bradley Beal's going crazy too, if Tyus Jones isn't turning the ball over, if Nurkic is bullying AD and rebounding the ball. So I think KD can be that thing that could take them over the top in the series against us. Especially if Austin fucking Reeves is going to be guarding Devin Booker or Bradley Beal the entire series. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they beat us. I mean, obviously I would favor us, but I'm not going to say that I don't have no fear from the Suns.
So you think the Suns are a championship contender then? Like you take their record for real?
I do.
Okay, okay.
I do, but not the Warriors.
Not the Warriors. Okay,
No,
interesting.
get this shit out of here.
And they got a very big point differential too. They're stomping on
Yeah,
teams. I mean,
yeah.
they beat the Celtics pretty soundly. Though the
Mm-hmm.
Celtics did make a comeback, but yeah. Um, I don't know, man. I think I didn't really understand their formula at first. Like how they're playing like 12 guys. Steph's only playing like 26 minutes or something. He's not even like really going off this season. But
Mm-hmm.
it's working out for him for so far. I guess he's trying to see what he has by just playing everybody. Steve Kerr, that is.
Um, the Denver Nuggets. This big European fucker boy, he's dominating me. I'm sorry, he's dominating the league, but he's dominating me too. God damn it. Pause. Jesus, that sounded crazy. But yeah, like Jokic is like this just you can't do anything with this guy. Jamal Murray misses a week for a concussion, and Joker's like, no worries, guys, get on my back. All of a
I'll take her to
sudden,
point guard.
yeah, like all of a sudden, Russell Westbrook is viable again. Aaron Gordon goes down, and I'm like, finally, like this is it. Like they're bottom of the barrel playing team. No, like Joker is like 30, 20, 20 every night. It's just like I can't stand this dude, man. I can't stand him. Um, but yeah, the Nuggets are good. Shocker. What do you think?
I mean, it's just off the pure strength of Joker.
Yeah,
He is that guy.
he is, man.
Leading the league in rebounds. He's like right there for assists.
He's leading the league in assists now. He is.
Is he?
He took it
Okay.
from Trae Young. It's
Wow.
crazy.
And I think it's like fourth in points.
Let me go check.
So like he's the real deal, man.
Sorry, hold on. Trae Young had 18 assists yesterday, so now he's
Oh.
0.2. He's 0.2 above Jokic. Jokic is averaging 11.3 assists a game. Come on, man.
Averaging a triple double,
Yeah.
like big time triple double. Yeah.
He's averaging
So-
29, 13, and 11.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't have it on my bingo card that Westbrook would be actual contributor though. Like everybody's clowning in preseason in the first couple games, but talk to me about that. Like how are they finding success there with Westbrook?
They're playing him in the first 3 quarters. They'll play him the first few minutes of
They
the
don't
fourth.
close with him at all, huh?
Oh hell no! I mean, unless they have to, because when Jamal Murray was hurt and Aaron Gordon went down, they didn't have a choice. Like somebody had to play. But those first few games of the season, there was no way. Like Mike Malone was like, "Yeah, okay, Russ, come on over here, buddy. Christian, go get him." Or I think they like to play Julian Strother or Peyton Watson or somebody like that. Somebody like another rim diver or something. But yeah, Westbrook does not get that burn. That's the formula. Like let him like play his heart out in the first 3 quarters and give him that first few minutes of the fourth, and then when it's like actually meaningful basketball, you sit his ass down. So shout out to him.
Yeah, if we'd have did this pod like a week ago, we could have been like, "What's wrong with the Denver Nuggets? They're struggling," but they had a good week and a half or so. So, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Jokic. I'd hate to see a 4th MVP. I mean, come on, but like you got to give it to him. This guy is putting up monster triple doubles and putting his team on his back. I don't really understand it because their team doesn't look that good on paper, and like I said, they got a couple injuries, missing KCP. Christian Bond has stepped into that role, so shout out to him. They did think he could do it. He's upped his points per game, shooting decently from 3 stuff. So probably not as good a defender as KCP was, but we'll see. We'll see if they miss having that depth, having instead of Christian Braun as a 6-man or bench material. Now he's got to play this many minutes. They don't have that type of role in the bench. With that said, missing KCP, missing Aaron Gordon. Are they still big brother to the Lakers, or is it?
We got them coming up very soon. I think in a week or so. Yeah, they are. I mean, but it's just going to be because of Jokic and because Michael Porter Jr. is not going to miss a shot. And Jamal Murray is definitely going to be extremely healthy that game. So
yeah, all of a sudden just start shooting well.
Yeah, all of a sudden. So yeah,
that's pretty much how it was in the playoffs. He was great in the playoffs, and then after that, he can make a shot.
Yeah.
Sorry, against the Lakers, and then he could make a shot.
Lakers, yeah. Unfortunately, fuck nigga. Let's talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards. I have like this weird thing with Ant. Obviously, he's having a great start to the season. He's shooting insane numbers from 3, but I am alarmed at the amount of 3-pointers he's taking. He doesn't seem to give a damn. He's like, whatever, fuck it. Like if they're gonna go under, I've been working on my game. I'm gonna shoot these threes. He's shooting like 12 to 13 threes a game. Like that's like Steph Curry. Like
it seems to be working for him though. He's shooting a really good percentage so far.
He is. My only worry with that is that he's so gifted athletically, and he puts so much pressure on the defense when he's attacking the rim. It just feels like he's letting the defense off. But if he's gonna shoot 40-something% and make 5 threes,
I mean 11.6 attempts. Yeah.
Shit. I mean, okay. Well, never mind. Like, who cares then? I mean,
and from the field, he's still at 49%. So like, it's very counterintuitive to what we grew up,
Yeah,
seeing. But like, man, if you're gonna shoot with that type of efficiency, yeah, I mean, get them up, keep shooting them, and it's still working. That's that's the new NBA, man. Unfortunately, you can't be, if you're gonna shoot them that efficiently, I guess you don't need to go to the line 10 times.
I guess not. I mean, but
You
yeah,
would like to see more diversity, and if the shots don't fall, how you gonna get it? Get a W? You just gonna keep shooting? You gonna shoot 20 of them? It's like, okay,
right. That's my
okay,
fear that he like falls in love with it, and he's end up he's going like two of 15 from three, and it's just like, hold on, bro, like you're Anthony Edwards,
yeah.
like attack the basket.
Why
But
you playing like Clay Thompson? Yeah.
shout out to Clay. Shout out to the Dallas Mavericks. We're gonna talk about Dallas Mavericks. I'm low key. I don't know. I mean, I for some reason I thought that they would
Oh.
come out. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you need to say anything about the Timberwolves. I was gonna ask,
Oh,
how
my
do you
fault.
think the fit is with Randall now?
Yeah. I don't know. It's I don't
Started
think
off a
that
little
it's
clunky, but it's kind of working to me.
yeah. I mean, it feels like Randall's just trying to like fit in, kind of like Cat is trying to do in his new situation, and you know he's he's like deferring a little too much, in my opinion, on some instances. But I mean, I'm not really worried about the Wolves and Randall and Edwards. Like I think they're going to be fine, honestly. Um, I liked the deal when it was made, and I haven't really seen much to make me think that it isn't going to work out for for the Wolves. So I'm not really worried about Randall. What about you?
Yeah, kind of like what I thought. It looks like his playmaking. They're starting to utilize that a little bit more, which they
He
kind of got
runs a
to
lot of
do
pick and
because
rolls.
yeah, because Conley's kind of really washed, and they don't really have anything else at the point guard. So it makes sense that Randall's kind of stepping in there more, and it gets him more touches and involvement with the ball, so he doesn't feel like Ant's taking all the shots. Um, so I think that works out for him. It's kind of an interesting fit with Gobert. Like they kind of just letting Gobert handle all the defense, handle all the rebounds, but he actually does make up for Randall's shortcomings defensively. So, whereas he's more of a diverse offensive player than Cat, where Cat's more of just a finisher and shooter. So it's like I said, it was a little clunky starting off, but I'm liking the fit. Yeah, they're been
Hmm.
playing well the last couple games. So, um, and we're moving on to the Mavericks.
Yeah. Dallas, man. I for some reason I thought that they would like come out the gate firing. I wanted them to be like, yeah, we're 8-1 or like we're 7-2, and like they're still fucking around like in like the middle of the pack, bottom of the West. Now, I mean, like it's very early, literally 9 games this season. Like it's very early on. I expect Dallas to still be in that 4 to 5 range. I expect Luka's numbers to go up. He's kind of struggling out the gate a little for him anyway. And Kyrie, whatever. Clay started off this season like surprisingly good. I'm like, whoa, like 4 threes a game. Clay Thompson, like, who is this guy? I haven't seen him in a while. And then he quickly turned back into the hell Clay Thompson that we all know. So he's been like laughably bad for like a week and a half, 2 weeks now. Um, but he's going back to Golden State very soon on Tuesday as we record this pod. So what do you think about the Mavs, and how do you think Clay's they're going to have a tribute for him, but how do you think Clay's going to perform in Golden State?
Um, I guess it depends how early, early in the game. If he's, if he's making shots, he's just, it's interesting, man. Like he's getting less shots than he was in Golden State this
Mm-hmm.
year. So less shots, less points. I mean, is he happy with this? I don't know. Actually, I think I asked this before in our little group chat. Like any buyer's remorse, you kind of wish he went to the Lakers. You think he would fit better with the Lakers? Could we? I mean, we could use an extra guy, right? I mean, hell. But would he actually
um,
play well, or would he just be taking minutes up?
yeah, I think that he would just be taking minutes up. Look, man, I'm sorry, but I don't want any parts of Klay Thompson or the Lakers. I'm glad that he didn't come. Um, he can't defend. He damn sure can't shoot most nights, so I'm cool. Give those minutes to Max Christie, bench him, and then give him to Cam Reddish. Like,
Christie, damn, you ready to play him over Clay? God.
yeah, that's how bad it's gotten. So, yes.
Well, so I wonder how the Mavericks feel about this. Really, they just feel like the shots are going to start falling, but This is
They
who we've
have to.
seen.
Yeah, they have to feel that way, which is crazy. But yeah, it's like you said, like he is who he is now, and that's fine. Like he had the worst injuries you can have for a basketball player, like
Back to
back to
back.
back.
Yeah.
So like it's fine. But whew, yeah, I say we dodged the bullet, in my opinion.
Man, one thing too, shout out to KD, man. Like the fact that this man had a torn Achilles and still is still so good. It's just
It's
I
crazy.
don't understand it, but because you look at everybody else, nobody even after him, nobody's able to recover this well in basketball. But yeah. I guess
Yeah.
it's just all come down to his skill and his size and his uniqueness. But yeah. Going back to the Mavericks, to me, they're kind of where I thought they were. You know, they were middle of the pack last year, fifth seed, I think.
Hmm.
And you know, I think they're just a better playoff team than a regular season team. It's going to come down to matchups and, you know, Luka going off and who's going to come along with the ride. Like, was it Kyrie or maybe Clay come on a heater? Otherwise, they're pretty much the same team. A little disappointed, like Lively, you know, he's not getting that. He's not taking that next step. He's not getting, you know, the promotion. He's not playing more, you know, not doing really, you know, like I said, not taking the next step. He's not making himself possibly be that, you know, sophomore player that fighting for an all-star spot or something, you know, just off of sheer numbers and defensive impact, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, but he's still solid. Gaffer's solid. You know, they got a whole bunch of solid guys to play around Luke, a lot of shooters and guys to try to play defense. But, you know, I think they are what I thought they were, you know. I'm also a little disappointed. I mean, is Luka ever going to get this MVP, bro? Like, he's, you know, like I said, his numbers a little down. Not shooting it super well, though. I think it's last week or so his threes are back up to where it needs to be. But
Hmm.
um, yeah, like is he ever gonna get this MVP? Like,
Yeah, he is. And I think I think he has a good chance of getting it this year. Like I said, like I'm not really worried about Luca. I'm sure, and like the next time we record, he's going to be up to 35 a game, 8 and 8, and we'll be having a different conversation. I'm not worried about him at all. What I am worried about is Klay Thompson, and I don't know what Dallas was thinking, but he's not it, bro. He's not the answer. But look, maybe like you said, maybe in the postseason, instead of PJ Washington and Derek Jones Jr. missing those threes, it'll be Clay and PJ Washington. And maybe Clay would just make more in the postseason when it counts. So if that's what they're banking on, I hope it works. But
I haven't
I
even mentioned
cannot see
PJ
it.
Washington. Is he doing anything?
I think he's hurt right now.
Okay,
But yeah, I mean he's PJ Washington. I mean he's not doing nothing. Why are the Clippers 6-4? Why are they trying so hard?
because Norm Powell was on like a heater.
He
I don't know
is,
what is
man.
going on, bro. Like this dude
Crazy.
is putting up like 25 a game on crazy
Yep.
percentages, just making
Yeah.
everything.
He has been the fantasy steal of the draft.
You got
Holy
him?
shit. Yeah, I got him. I picked him up.
Oh my god.
I picked up Norm Powell like 2 weeks ago, and he's been balling for me. I'm pretty sure he might be averaging more fantasy than like LaMelo, which is crazy. um,
Yeah, him and like Zubac is on the heater too.
yeah, shout out to Big Zoo,
And
man. He might fuck around and make the All Star game. Well, maybe.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
Got Jokic, got AD, got et cetera,
Bron.
Wembanyama. I'm talking about like at the center spot.
Well, they don't do that anymore. It's front court, so
Oh
it's
yeah,
all
you're
one
right, you're right.
thing.
So yeah, even
So,
more, yeah.
but yeah, KD, Bron, AD, Jokic, Victor Wembanyama,
I'll say eventually Wemby gonna turn
and
up.
Zubac. Zubac, I'm calling it. You
No
know
Zion.
Wemby had his fat ass. Zion, you know what? I'm glad you brought him up. I'm glad you brought him up.
Oh,
Zion,
your boy.
you're a bust. I'm ready to say it. You're
Oh,
officially a
finally,
bust. You're
you finally on the train two
yeah,
years later
Jamar, I'm
after
on
I've
the
been
train.
calling.
It took me 4 years. It took me 4 years. I was like, you know what?
I mean,
he,
fantastic
he
player, but he pulls his hammy every month, so whatever.
bruh, he can't keep getting away with this. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, he's a bust. Yeah, it is what it is. He's a bust. Um, he can't stay healthy. It's just unfortunate.
It
Like
is. It is.
getting
It really
getting
is.
drafted to New Orleans might have been like the worst thing that's happened in his life. Like,
And he
man, like
was
he,
too
he could
good
have
down
been
there, bro.
yeah, like,
Them,
he, he could have been
them
anywhere
gumbo
else.
beignets, all that Cajun. Lord,
But
I'd be 30 pounds overweight too. I already know.
oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
them all them thick women out there throwing at you. Oof. My
He
man
should
is
have.
he in heaven down there. He can't. He fighting a losing battle, man. It's tough. He can't.
Oh man, you saying he just can't control himself down there.
He can't control himself. Basketball is not as
Oh
important as it used to be when you got all these luxuries thrown at you, living like a king,
man,
making 30 million or whatever it is, 40 million.
it's so crazy,
So
man. Because when he's available and he's on the floor, he's so good. Like
yeah,
it's crazy how good he is. Like he's a game changer.
yeah.
But then like a week goes by and then it's like, oh, his hammy. It's like, bro, like fuck, man, fuck, stay healthy. He just can't do it. He just can't do it. It's unfortunate. Do you know that he's missed over half of his regular season games? He's never once played in the playoffs. Did you know that?
I think I did do that. Yeah, because every
That's
time they made the
crazy.
play in or the playoffs, he's always hurt.
He's hurt.
And I think I did know last year they pulled up that he missed more in the games than he's played. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just man, it's I hate that. I hate that for him. I hate that for the Pelicans. And I hate that for me because I was a real fan. Y'all were one of my favorite teams watching the league pass, but no more. You're not getting me anymore. I'm not gonna watch you for a week and then you get hurt again. Um,
I mean, if you remember, like he had probably more hype than Wemby when you think about it.
yes. Well, I
Okay.
don't know about more, but I
Because
mean,
Wemby, Wemby's foreign. People kind of were skeptical because he thought he was just going to get hurt because he's tall. Stuff. But no, he had a lot of hype. But I'm
I'm
saying
about to say what?
Zion, he played at Duke in college, and we just saw
Yeah,
him dominate. Like in the
yeah,
U.S., it was just a different level.
yeah.
Um, at least it felt like at the time. So, yeah, it's just every time he's been on the court, it's been fantastic for the most part, or just breathtaking. Seeing this little chunky dude flying through the air and being so powerful. but it ain't gonna work, man.
Yeah, it ain't. I mean,
So
is there anything that can save him? Like, is it over for Zion? Like, is he Kawhi status? Like, is he
I
going to
mean,
be
he'd
good for
have to.
20 games and then just be hurt?
I mean, how much does he want it? Like, he might have to like be a vegan or something, like really drastically change his lifestyle and
Mm.
like try to uh, and that even then that's not a guarantee, but it's probably something too, like being trying to carry that much of weight. Um, and he's just a big body dude. I mean, even if he's not eating crazy, he seems to just put on weight easy or not be able to lose it, whether it's muscle or whatever. It's not all muscle. We guarantee that. Believe that. We see that belly. Um,
Leave Zion alone, man.
I'm not trying to, it's rough to fat shame. I don't want to do that. Even though, hey, we own MAGA now. You do what you want. We say what you want. We just be rude to each other. Fuck it. But it's a new America. Fuck your feelings.
That's funny.
Um, so,
Yeah, we on
all
MAGA
that to
now.
say, yeah, I think he's probably always going to struggle to stay healthy, unfortunately. Like I said, unless he drastically changes his lifestyle and able to cut 40 pounds and plays different. Probably he probably even the impact the way he plays, jumping with torque, landing heavy, just seems to wear him down, man. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah. There was one more team I wanted to discuss. I can't remember who it was. Was it Houston? Sack. It was Sack with DeMar DeRozan. Man, um, I can't imagine them being in the play-in again, but there they are, right there in the play-in spots.
Like you didn't
I
think they were
mean,
going to be good?
no, I thought they would be better. Like I
Oh,
thought they'd be a top 6 seed for sure.
I mean, bro, the West is fucking insane. Like,
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's crazy. Sack is
like
the 11th
even
seed, and they're 5-4.
yeah, but I say they're knocking on the. They have the same record as the Lakers at the 8th seed.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
head to heads and stuff, tiebreakers. And then the
mm,
Spurs are 12, 4 and 6. They're not far off. So basically 12 teams going to be competing for 10
10
spots.
spots. Yeah,
And the
damn.
Pelicans, they were built to try to be competitive. We'll see what happens if they
Yeah,
can
they
turn it
lost
around.
DeJounte Murray in the
If they have a
first
terrible
game.
start, yeah,
Yeah.
terrible injuries, yeah. So we'll see, man. Hey, I didn't expect the Clippers. I would say the biggest surprise is, I mean, obviously, the
We didn't talk
Cavs
about
in
the
the East.
Grizzlies at all either, but yeah.
The Grizzlies, I thought they're going to be more, definitely better, more competitive with Ja back. Now he's hurt for a couple
Hmm.
weeks. Got hurt in the Lakers game, actually, I think.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zach Edey. He's looking like a force down there. And, they're just well coached and all that. So, yeah, we didn't talk about them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're still in the mix even after losing Ja. But I'd say the biggest surprise to me in the West is the Clippers. Like I did not expect them to be even competitive at all.
Competitive. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I guess
Yeah.
they have to be because they don't have their pick and they just moved to this new arena.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I hope Kawhi does come back, not just for the sake of my fantasy team, but for the game. I just don't know how much he can play.
Yeah.
But I was a little surprised to see the Pelicans, starting off this bad. But
Yeah. Can't
it's
stay
again,
healthy.
it's Adam Silver's NBA, Laura. Everybody's it's just on a knife's edge. You either have or have nots because of injuries or whatever. I hate it. Wish we could just go over the luxury tax and just pay for whatever we want. Just get all the stars.
Isn't that what baseball does?
Baseball, they have like a competitive. Yeah, it's not a salary cap, but they have a luxury tax.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go
It's
whatever over the cap or over the tax line, but there's like penalties if you pay. Your total roster payroll is over a certain amount.
oh.
Then there's no limit on salary or contracts at all. So you see guys getting like 13 years and 500 million or whatever.
That's insane. Yeah. Shout out to the LA Dodgers winning the World Series. Shout out to Shohei Ohtani. First
No,
first playoff appearance, first ring. That's crazy.
shout out to Freddie Freeman, carried that
Freddie
ass
Freeman, yeah.
in the World
Man.
Series after he got carried in the playoffs. He was hurt, I guess, coming back from injury. But it's
Yeah.
cool to see the world, the rest of the baseball community and watchers giving him his flowers. Because when
Yeah.
he was with the Braves, even when we won the championship, that was when we first started getting recognition. But he was a star for the Braves without really being well known. So everybody knows he's a Hall of Famer now. So
I just happened to be at the sports book during game one of the World Series. I totally forgot that the World Series was on. I was there to watch the Laker game, which the Lakers were playing at the same time.
hmm
The sports book was full of just Dodgers fans. Obviously, living in Vegas, the closest it seems like everybody's Lakers fans, everybody's Dodgers fans.
right.
So like it's just packed, just full of Dodger blue. When Freddie Freeman hit that grand slam walk off, bro, it erupted in there. Like I thought I was in Dodger Stadium. It was crazy. I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my god. But yeah, that's a moment I'll never forget, man. I'm a huge baseball fan now. It's crazy. Watched baseball throughout this entire season for the first time, and I loved it. Can't wait for March to start back up. I miss it already. Um, but yeah.
So you're a Dodgers fan now, huh?
I think I'm a mix between the Braves and the Dodgers. I mean, I watch both of them pretty much every game this year, so I don't know. But unfortunately, I will say that I am starting to be a Falcons fan. That's unfortunate. Uh,
Yeah, they scrapping together these W's, man.
yeah, well, not today. They lost. They just
Yeah, they
pissed me
lost
off.
today. Yeah.
But yeah, any other time, the Falcons are doing good. But anyway, okay, look, Jabbar, we went over. I apologize, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the Current Era Pod. Jabbar, thank you, sir.
Good stuff, man.